Okay, ladies and gentlemen. My show today, the topic is being real. The reason why I say that is because everybody seems to want to be real. Everybody, every time you turn around, people are saying, I'm real. What is really real? What does real really mean? You know? I'm going to give you my interpretation of being real as being a veteran in the game, 50 years in the fast life, which all players be hollering, I'm real, you understand? Get you a real one. They tell the women that all the time, get you a real one, this and that. Now, who's really real, though, you understand? It's like, who's the realest, you understand me, of the real? Now, I'm going to tell you what real really means, you understand me, from a player's point of view, from a boss player's point of view. What real really means is a person that stands up for what they mean. When they say something to somebody, they stand up behind that. You understand? And everything they do. If they tell a broad, you understand me, they're going to do this or they're going to do that, they do that. You understand? They 100 with it. They real. You understand? When it comes to their word, when it comes to if they're going to do something for you, whatever they say, they real about it. They ain't no Rudy Poops. They ain't half-stepping. They full-fledged stand up for what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? And when they say something, they mean it. You know what I mean? And they stand behind it. Their word is their bond. You understand? And whatever that they do, And that's what real actually is. You understand me? You're real in character. You're real in how you look. You understand me? You look your best. You be your best. You're the best you can be. You understand me? Because you're real. You're not imitating. You're not faking. You understand? See, what unreal is like when you're half-stepping, you're faking, you lying, you understand me? All the things, the opposite of real, you understand me, is the characteristics. And a lot of people have the characteristics in them, and they say real, but they're not real. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to holler, I'm real. Get your real. And that's why they got a lot of these women discouraged and get with somebody, you understand, because they say they're real. You know what I mean? They should really just sit back and watch that person. Sit back and look at that person for a while. You know what I'm saying? And come up with your own conclusion. And you know within yourself if that person is real or not. Don't go by what they say. Actually go by what someone does. Because I was seeing somebody the other day was talking all this stuff about he got this, he doing this, he doing that. But then he didn't have no money. You understand? But he talking all this talk. If you listen to him talk, you'd think he was on top of the world. And he was real as they get, you understand? But then it ain't always about what you say, it's what someone does. You look at the person does and how their character, how they act. You understand me? How they treat people. Look at how when they pull their money out, you understand me? Do they always have money? You know what I mean? Do they always take care of their business? You know what I'm saying? That's what you look at. You understand me? But no, these people want to look at losers. You understand me? And they wonder why they gravitate toward the losers is because it's in their genes. Their father or their family member or somebody was a loser, and that's what they look up to. They look up to the loser even though they know a winner when they see one, but they don't want to go to him. They see a person got their stuff together, they don't go to that. It's a thing in their mind. They go gravitate toward the person that's losing. You understand? They feel comfortable within that. They don't feel comfortable stepping up, you understand me, and being with the best, you understand me, and trying to, climb to the top. They don't want that. They may say they do because nobody wants to say they not. But that's what I mean by being real. You be real, you understand me? You go after what you want and you be what you're going to be. And that's being the best you're going to be. You understand me? Be the best you're going to be, you understand? As far as being real goes, you know what I mean? Be real as far as characteristics, your attitude, you know what I'm saying? And where you go and who you hang out with. You know what I mean? If you with some half-steppers and some booty boots, then you might know 9 out of 10, that's what you are. Because you're going to be with the giants and the real. See, that's how you know the real. You know what I mean? It's easy to holler, yeah, I'm real, you understand me? That's what everybody is saying. And you know what I mean? I mean, I hear it so much that I had to do a show about it. Because I know half to 3/4 of the people that are saying they're real are not real. You know what I'm saying? They are not real. Because there ain't that many real in the world. If there's that many real, people be a lot further ahead than they was. Now, back in the 60s and 70s, they had a generation of real people, man. They was real because it was something about that, the way them people stayed on step. They kept their hair fixed. They served the brother when they knocked him for the brawl. They wore gaiters on their feet. They wore a pack on their sweaters. They wore $30 silk and wool slacks. They wore the best. They looked the best, and they was real. They was real, man. They not only spoke real, they act real, and they stood up by real rules, by rules in the game that was real. You know, all that interpreted that they was real. You understand me? They had real guidelines. Now people just say real, and nobody can test them, or nobody can verify if they real or not. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't stand up with the big boys because there ain't nobody out there. It ain't that many people. It's in a small group of people. These boys here be burglars, dope dealers, and everything else. Working at the cable car, get off on the weekend and holiday pimping. They real and all that. How you real, man? You just got off the train. You're working for Bart now. You understand me? You got your little car and got your bankroll, but it come from Bart. Now how's that real? And you playing like you're a player. If that ain't real, I don't know what ain't. That's what I'm trying to say. People be so unreal and holler that they real, and that these women hear it, and it don't even mean nothing no more. You know, when they hear it. It's better just to do real actions and be real in the actions that you do rather than saying it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stop saying it because I hear so much that saying it don't even mean that no more. So I'm going to stop saying it. I'm just going to be real like I've been all my life. I've been real to the game, and I've been real in life and everything that I do. I've been real, you understand what I'm saying? And it shows. I don't have to talk about it because it shows, you understand? And that's all I'm going to do is just keep showing. Just keep showing real and being real in that respect. You know what I'm saying? Not worrying or not caring what someone else thinks. Because these people that be proclaiming that they're real are always trying to impress somebody. Pulling out a bankroll that they might have one day and be broke the rest of the month. You know, different things that people do, you understand me, that shows they're not used to something. If you're real, you're going to be used to having things. You're a giant, you understand me? You're a boss player. All these people, these are the categories to be real. See, people don't understand the criteria to be. It's a criteria to be real, too. You understand? If you're real, you ain't going to be doing bad. You ain't going to be leaking. Because you're going to go out there and get some real money. You understand? Because the things that go with being real is taking care of business. You understand? If you're real, you're going to take care of business. You ain't just going to talk about it and sit back. You got positive things. It's being very positive. See, when you're real, you're very positive. So when I hear them people saying that, and I see how they be half-stepping and negative talking and doing all that, I know right from the jump. You understand me? What they really is. I know they like to say real because it sounds good, and they hear other players say it and other people say it. You know what I mean? But it doesn't necessarily mean you're real. So it's got to the point to where the youngsters say it so much, and they taking it over. We said it was something that was really said. But I'm going to stop saying it, you understand what I'm saying? You know, because if you're real, you ain't got to speak on it. All you got to do is be about it. It's just like the way I look and the way I dress. People know I'm about something because it ain't easy to look this way every day. So I ain't got to really say no more. I don't generally, most of the time, I don't say nothing because, you know, I got the habit of saying things because it ain't even necessary. I'm not on active duty. I'm retired from the game. I'm not even playing no more, you understand? I'm just being myself. You know what I mean? And like I say, as I'll say it again, as the word goes, I'm just being real. And when you say that, generally, like I said, to people, you know, somebody like me in my age bracket, the way I look at it, they'll take it for what it is. But the point of it is, you hear so many people saying it and not applying it. You know what I'm saying? They're not applying the realness that they are. You know, if you real, and let's say, for instance, you got a hoe. Hoe run off, you broke, you understand me? You got to be doing something to keep you some money. You don't be broke when the hoe goes. If you got the broad and she with you, then the money you get from her, you stack it, and you should have that for a few weeks to a month until you can do better. If you had it any time, you should have some money that she made with you so you can make ends meet till the next and do something to get you some money. Because you're supposed to get some money some kind of way, have some kind of game or something, a safe game that ain't going to put you in jail, something you can do that ain't going to cross you up, you understand? Because you can get crossed up and end up in jail, so you don't do nothing like robbing and stealing or doing nothing that's going to cause you to get put in jail. You do something smooth, you understand? You know, And you be real about that and everything that go through. And be knowing how to communicate and deal with people. Don't be trying to roast people and thinking you better than people, talking about them, you understand me, like you such a giant or like you so far away from them. You understand me? Here you smoke, if you smoke weed, you still get high. It's not like you can't say, I don't get high, I don't do this. They smoking crack, they taking meth, but you smoking weed. You all in a category of doing something that's mind altering. It alters your mind. Be real about that. Be real about what you're doing. You understand? You could be healthy in one way, but then you could not be healthy in other ways. You understand? I got friends that's vegetarians, that's eating right, taking vitamins, not taking no drugs at all, nothing at all, recovering drug addicts and all that, but they doing it right now. The second time around, the first chance and the second glad life, they doing it right now, and they real about it. These are real people that are real about it. You understand? Now, if you ain't real, you half-stepping, you telling people, I don't get high, but then you get high, right? That's a form of not being real. See? Because you're lying about that. You're lying to yourself. Or you had a hoe and she made money, but then you ain't got none. You know what I mean? She was bad. That's a bad situation. So, you know, in that situation, you ain't being real there. You know, be real and say to Ron, look, I ain't got no money, man. I need to do this. But you're supposed to be old enough to know how to get some money. You understand? If you're not 16 years old when you're in the game, you're supposed to be able to know how to get some money. If a person's 16 years old and they're young and they're out in the streets, then I can understand they might want some information on how to get $1 or $2 from what they're doing. You understand me? Playing for the money, learn how to do that or whatever it is. But when you over 25, no, you're supposed to been in the game long enough or been down enough to know all the ins and outs of the game. Because you learn in the game when you're young. Whatever you're gonna do and be in life, if you're gonna be real or be a phony, it all starts out when you at your certain age bracket. Because you're trying to figure things out when you're young. Like I ran with some dudes that was faking and wasn't right. You know what I mean? Like I had a partner named Steady Eddie, he wasn't right. He was doing some bullshit that wasn't right, he wasn't real. Put it that way, he was not real. And you learn people named, I had a dude named Tyrone that I used to be around. He wasn't real, he was doing some off-stage shit. I got away from all them cats. You understand me? Then I got with Chris Cross, you understand me? And that man was a boss player. I got with, with some cats in Canada. And them dudes, they was doing what was right. You understand me? We was driving Cadillacs and we was doing what we were supposed to do. And them the people I gravitated and got around. You understand? Yeah, they was on the right track. You dig? And that's what it is. You got to get around people that's really doing something that is right. That's real. You see them doing, in other words, they walking the walk and talking the talk. It's a simple recipe. For being real is a simple recipe. The recipe is you do as you say. You be doing what you're talking about. If you're talking about winning and doing all this, then you're supposed to be doing that. You know what I mean? In other words, they got a thing called you advocating this, but are you executing? You understand? A lot of motherfuckers be advocating, excuse my language, a lot of people be advocating certain things. You know what I'm saying? But they're not executing. I'd rather just execute, don't even advocate. It ain't even necessary, you understand? All you're doing when you advocate things is you're drawing a lot of haters. A lot of haters get in the way because they know what moves you made and what moves you're making and where you're going. I don't even talk about it no more. I just look the part and play the role, you understand what I'm saying, and be really real about it, you understand me? So when they come to me with all that, you know what I mean, miscellaneous stuff that ain't nothing, I just say, I ain't got to talk about it because it ain't nothing like it used to be. It's nothing like it was. Ain't nothing the same. Everything has changed. So I get people a dose of it and let them know what things are really all about, in that respect. Where I ain't got to get into a long conversation when people be playing. When actually all they doing is playing. Because if they're a certain age, they don't know nothing now. They just, hey, whatever they was doing, they're going to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because at a certain age, you get a certain age, you be in a certain place, you're going to be that. You can't be like somebody else because the environment and the situation is not even like that no more. Things are not even the same. You know what I'm saying? So when you try to say you're going to try to be doing something, and it ain't in you, you haven't been doing it. It's not a part of you. You're not being real. You're just fooling yourself. You know, or when you run around trying to imitate somebody else, and they being themselves, and you're going to try to be them, you ain't going to be your best you. See, all that is a part of not being real. You understand me? All that is a part of not being real. You know? And real is like this, being true. Tell your women the truth. When you tell them something, let them know the truth. Let them know about different things. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Be true to them, be real. You know, don't be lying and deceiving different women and doing them wrong. You know what I'm saying? Be real. Because you're what they look up to as a person that's real, and you want to be their example. Because a lot of cats say that, and then they deceive the women think they ain't shit. And they worse than a person that's just straight up asshole. You got a person that's just straight messing up, and people know he ain't no good, right? You know he ain't no good from the word go. He ain't playing a role. Some people act like they're good and they're not. Them are the worst ones. Because they deceiving and being hateful, and all the time they got bad intentions of doing somebody wrong. You understand? And them the ones that really ain't real, but don't even have nothing to do with them. What you do with them kind of people is you don't have anything to do with them. You leave them alone. Because they are no good. I mean, no earthly good at all. They are no good. And they're being real or being wrong or whatever you want to say. They are not right. The first thing about them, they are not right. Let alone being real. You know what I'm talking about? They don't even know the definition of being real. You know what I mean? They just trying to score for grits and greens. They just trying to make ends meet. They starting from the bottom. Every day they wake up, they hustle. Most of the time they on drugs or they not on drugs. But you got some that not on drugs. But most people that's drug free and trying to do things right, believe in the Lord, right? And so they're going to be real because they're trying to be righteous with God. And you got people that's righteous with God, they are more real than any of the other ones because, first of all, there's a guidelines. God's got rules. You open that Bible up and they'll tell you how to live and what to do. So if you going along with what God says and what God does, you're going to be real. You're going to be doing real things if you really believe and really have faith and walk with God instead of running with the devil. You're going to be all right. But when you not being real and you say one thing like them hypocriticals that go to church on Sunday and then on Monday they doing the same thing they did before. And on Sunday they claiming they this and that. See, them the ones that ain't real. Hypocrites and all that. See, they got people like that. See, that's why you can't believe everything somebody say. You got to go by what they do. You know, like this guy that come by the office talking all that talk. I seen him, you understand me, talking that talk. You understand? Then I seen him when the bras come by. He want to get all of that and want to get to know them and do all that. Man, be true to the women you got. I don't know how many you got. You might have a lot of them. But what it is, handle your business. Don't be trying to infiltrate somebody else's business. You understand? Because you ought to know the unwritten rules. You know what I'm saying? If somebody else got territory, they got people they fooling with or they talking to, well, then you ain't got to know about it. You ain't got to worry about it because it's really none of your business. You know? Unless somebody introduce you and cut you into somebody, and you ain't got to worry about it. You understand me? Because it really ain't your business. You know, but you got people that don't understand that. You know, then you got these people that run around here acting like they real and they know everything, having money, and they telling everybody what they doing, what move they gonna make, and how they doing, and bragging and high sign and trying to impress somebody. No, you ain't got to impress no one. If you real, just handle your business. It'll show itself. The success you get and the success you acquire will show itself. And if it don't show, don't worry about it. You ain't got to let people know. You know, I got a friend. He been winning for years, you understand me? And he's under in his winning. But he's sharp as he can be, you understand me? And he's real as he can be. He's a real person. He's real, man. He's in my category. He's in my league, you understand me? We come from the same cloth. And he's a real top flight player, man. Them the kind of people I really be around and be close to and kick real game with. because them is my colleagues. You understand me? We are colleagues. And them people is real, man, and I know what, that's why I say I know what real is. You understand? Because the way this man operates, he takes care of business. When we say we going to L.A., man, we get the car and we go to L.A. We don't play. We don't drive around. We don't jive. We go there and get there, you understand me? Then we got some other cats, right? These cats ain't real. There's two of them, man. You know what I mean? And they extend from that, they in that level where they'll sell some small stuff. They'll sell chains when they could be selling watches. They'll get a dozen of chains rather than get watches and a bunch of jewelry, you know, that they're gonna sell. And then they run around tripping, you know what I mean? Half-stepping, as I say, not being real. You know what I mean? Claiming they broke all the time. You know what I mean? And they're at a certain age where they should be able to win. Life shouldn't even be hard for them. You know? They shouldn't even be hard for them, you understand me, as long as they've been in the game. But they are not real. The other cat drinking beer and walking around, you understand me? And going to the same tips every day. Same tips every day. You know? Not dressing, looking mediocrity. You know, it's all right to dress under. You know, but don't look shabby in your underdressing. Don't look shabby. Look polished, but at an under level so you can fit in. That's okay. But when you looking shabby, you understand me, with the clothes dingy, and you know what I mean, and you selling like something, you know, something that ain't really boss. Like say you got a chain in your hand. Man, you ain't gonna get the respect. You be more polished and have a watch in your hand, you gonna get more money. You can ask for it and get it. Because people gonna look at you as a man, you understand what I'm saying, that's got something good. Because you look good. You understand? That policy is always right. You understand me? But see, you got to be real to yourself before you can be real to anybody else. That's what people don't understand. That's why being real really is not in them. Because you have to be real to yourself before you can be real to anybody else. And if you don't know how to be real, if you don't know how, you can't be real to yourself. And that's the bottom line, why people say real and don't really know how to act real. You understand? It's easier said, but not really good for a person to act real. They can say they're real, but acting real is two different things. You understand me? It's two different things. And if you've been acting real and been real for a certain length of time, then you are real, buddy. You're a boss player, you real, and you're on the level. And you're going to be that way, and you're going to be around those kind of people, because somebody that ain't, you're going to get away from them fast and quick, because you're not going to be trying to bullshit and waste your time, because time is money, and you're going to step away from them and get around a person in your category. In your category. Just like me and this one boss player was in there, he goes and get tapes for me at things, you understand? I'm not mentioning no names. But me and him been cool, and he's on that level, you understand? But he ain't got to talk about it. He keeps a bank full of money. He doing things. He been playing and applying things for years. And this person got, these people I'm talking about, that's real, they've been clean for many of years. Because think about it. For you not to be real, you ain't trying to do nothing right for yourself. So that could be consistent. You ain't trying to be clean. You ain't trying to be in sobriety. You're not trying to be in recovery. All those things, you are not trying to consider being any of those things simply because they require being real. You understand me? You got to be real to yourself first, as I said. When you be real to yourself first, then you got a chance at going after the other things. And convincing, and not convincing somebody that you're real. You don't have to tell a woman you're real. You're showing her that you're real. She sees you every day. People look at how you do and how you act and what you're about. If you're taking care of business, they know that. And the women and the people that are taking care of business, they're going to gravitate toward you because water seeks its own level, you understand? So it's like that. They're going to get with you or they're going to be around you because they sure ain't going to get around that person that's saying they're real. They're going to do the person that's being real. You know what I mean? That makes sense, don't it? If you're going to be real, you're going to be doing real things. You understand? You're going to go to real places. You're going to take care of real business. You understand me? You're going to have real money. You understand me? You're going to be real sharp. You understand me? Like back in the day, like I said, you had real gators. You understand me? You had real silks, mohair slacks, the best. You had your hair really laid. You had, you know, back in this sweater, the best of everything. Because you was real. You didn't want nothing that was fake. You understand? And you see some people, like I said, they ain't got to say nothing. They have the nice clothes on. They have the nice Versace belts and the nice Versace stuff. They don't say a lot and they be real. You understand me? They real and they ain't got to be, like I said, they ain't got to be pimps or they ain't got to be nothing. All they got to do is be real about what they doing. They could be selling drugs. They could be burglars. They could be working a job. They could be doing whatever. Just be real about it. Whatever it is that you do, just tell the truth. Don't try to say you're doing one thing and you're doing something else. Be proud of what you're doing. Be aware of it and do what you're proud of. Because if you're a nurse, you understand what I'm saying? I got no offense. I was in the hospital, right? And the nurses said, man, they make so much money. And I was thinking to myself, wow, they make money. And that's just to say, it was a lot of women nurses. Now, if you see a couple of men nurses, that's good. But the point of it is, just think if a man was a nurse and he made all that money, he can be successful. He don't have to say nothing about the fast life or have nothing to do with it. He can just be in society and be real about being happy. Be real about being happy because you owe happiness to yourself. You don't have to try to impress nobody. Just live a good life. If you can live a good life and love what you do, whatever you're doing, you should love it. Because if you're a nurse, say for instance, you should love that because you're helping somebody. You're helping people. Because when I was in the hospital and I seen how the nurses treated me and things, I said, man, you know, they really made me feel good. And they proud to be nurses and they did it with honor. And that's a good thing to do. You understand me? But whatever somebody do, be real. It's like be real. Don't be saying you're one thing when you're something else, because then you ain't being real. And people be thinking that, you know, these people ain't real. They going out there doing certain things. You know what I mean? Like if you turn in dates and you say you're a player, you know, but you turn in tricks with women, man, you know, that just don't work. You know, it ain't supposed to go together. You know what I mean? I don't know, people do it, but to me, as far as I'm concerned, that ain't being real. You might as well go with a square ball and do whatever you're going to do. It just don't, I come from an era, like I said, I'm 50 years in the game. I come from way back where we did things that was different just than a lot of these modern people nowadays. You know what I mean? They say things and they do things, and they don't really know. They don't look at the background and the essence and the rules of the game. You know, how it goes and what's really happening. The real thing, I mean, they don't know the real about really being a player when they try to be one. You know, that's why I say they shouldn't even try to do that when they say they're real. And most of that real stuff comes from people that's in the game that ain't really in the game, but they want to be part of the game, so they say they real. When all they got to do is be real, you understand what I'm saying? And real to show itself. Believe that, you understand me, ladies and gentlemen? And I'm going to let y'all go with that for my show. I just want to give you a dose of being real because a lot of people say it, but a lot of people ain't doing it. So, ladies and gentlemen, be good and check my show out next week because I'm always going to have a good show about something. And I'm going to tell you about it because I know because I've been doing this too many years to do it any other way.